You ready to go?
Yep.
Hey, everybody, this is Javier Balderramos. This is Planet Texas Podcast. I am here with Kyle. You may remember Kyle. He is an EMS. He is a teacher. He's a leader of men and women. And I wanted to bring him on so we could talk about a little bit of nonsense today.
That's right. Sounds fun.
It is, it is.
Thanks for having me on,
Now,
Javier.
a lot of people are wondering, why am I not talking about mental health? Why am I talking about law enforcement? Why am I not talking? Because it's time to take a break for a minute. It's time to take a break. Like we're fixing to be doing year-end reviews for December. We're going to get back to mental health, law enforcement. Miss Maria will be on. I have that recording ready, and we're going to upset some people when it comes out. But today we're going to talk about Black Friday. The reason we're talking about Black Friday is because it's a yearly annual event that we must experience. And if you haven't experienced, I'm gonna tell you you need to. What do you think, Kyle?
Well, I used to be an avid Black Friday like crazy person. I would do all of the stuff. If a store opened up at 7 p.m. the night of Thanksgiving, I would get done with dinner and be like, okay, I'm going to the store to get the computers for the kids, and I'd be one of those people that were there and getting the deals. And I remember one time I needed hard drives for my computer, and Best Buy was opening up at midnight. That was before it got really crazy. And I mean, it's so crazy now. Everybody's advertising Black Friday already. Like they're always like, get the Black Friday deals. Like it's like, wow, it used to really just be for Black Friday on Friday, like midnight. That's when the day turns to Friday at midnight in your respective, your time zone. So how about we just go back to that instead of 3 weeks prior or 2 weeks prior, them saying, hey, Black Friday, I'm subject to it as well. I've got an online business that is going to be running a Black Friday special, but it's going to be announced and launched on this Friday because a person called me up and said, hey, do you want to speak at my summit and talk about your Black Friday deal? And I'm like, sure. I mean, I'm not going to pass up the offer. And in my opinion, I do think it's just a little crazy to have Black Friday happen so soon and be so pushed so much earlier than the actual Friday itself. I did notice, I think it was last year or was it during the COVID days that some of the craziness got peeled back a little bit and it started going back to at least like the next morning on a few. But I think we're far enough away from it now that I can only imagine what the craziness is going to be this year on, that Thanksgiving Day. Because, in my opinion, Thanksgiving's for spending time with family, not worrying about shopping, maybe sitting on the couch and going through the ads, in the news from the newspaper. That was something that we always would enjoy, and we'd get our plan together because the stores would open. One store would open at 4 a.m., then 6, and then 8, and you would have your plan. And I mean, I've always had fun doing it. Just the last few years, it's most of our Christmas shopping is completely done before Black Friday. Black Friday, you can find the same kind of deals at just different times of the year if you're prevy enough. But it is what it is. The craziness. I'm somebody who needs people. Like I'm not an introvert, I'm an extrovert, and some people may call me an extra extrovert. So for me to be around chaos like that, it's like it's normal for me. I mean, as you know, with my background, chaos in the back of a medic, I'm at home. I'm cool as a cucumber. Chaos in the back of the medic. You give me the run that's wishy washy. That's when I get wiggy. Once somebody's like, I don't know if I want to go to the hospital, but yeah, but you're having a heart attack. Yeah, but I don't know if I want to go. That kind of thing. So same concept, but I like Black Friday as a whole. One of the biggest times that I like shopping though is I don't know what they call the day after Christmas, that 26th. That's when I really like to go shopping because all the Christmas stuff is on sale that you can put into play for the next year.
Well, it's just like when all the candies go on sale on Halloween the day after.
Yeah. And I remember being in Walmart and them lining us up improperly and then people like rushing to get bicycles that were in a box and you're and you're in and I was always there so early. I would always be like at least the first couple or two or three people to get to the product that was the crazy sale. And I'd procure mine and then other people would be like, hand me one, and I'd be passing it back. But no different than a
Like you
video
remember the
game launch. I mean,
TVs?
what's that? TV? Oh yeah, TVs.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
Bites. I mean, when the kids were growing up, we did Black Friday every year. There was always something that the marketing geniuses of the world would get you to, bite to go and be a part of the craziness so you could get something for your kids.
The TV is what gets me. It's like, they only had like three TVs, but they advertised like they had 20 of them.
Yeah, that's what always made me mad. Yeah.
One of the
I was
favorite
always
parts is
lucky. Yeah, you guys don't have a Meyer up down there, do you?
no, we
Anyway,
have Walmart. So we have
okay, well
Walmarts
yeah,
and more Walmarts.
yeah, we have Walmarts too, but we also have something called Meyer. They're out of Michigan, and they're kind of like they're a grocery store slash they're like a Walmart supercenter is what they are. Not as big, but they have all the same stuff for the most part. But that's where I got my PlayStations. That's where I got my Xboxes because I actually had a friend of mine who worked in the stocking department there, and he would give me some intel like, hey, we got 16 PlayStations. You better be one of the first 16 in line. And if you weren't, you could go to another one. You know what I mean? But I mean, yeah. So I always got some pretty good intel from behind the scenes about things. So when it was only three TVs, I knew about it and either one prioritized that or just forgot about it and went on about my day.
Oh no, like I hated it when people like they put their hands on the system, or they put their hands on the TV, and they're just like, it's mine. And there's like five hands there, and then they're gonna be stuck like trying to fight over it, and the employee ain't doing nothing about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've never been a part of anything super crazy, thank goodness. The biggest thing with like the one time I did Best Buy, the hard drive one, um, limit two hard drives or whatever, and that was perfect. That's what I wanted because I was doing a RAID system, and there was a shelf full of them, but I went right to it, grabbed them. I was even in the newspaper. Some newspaper reporter got a picture of me holding them up and making a funny face, like I got it.
It's like,
Yeah, so I've actually been in the newspaper for Black Friday craziness.
they're like, feel all dumb. I got what I wanted.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Well, here's the reason why I couldn't come on when you said, "Hey, you want to come on early?" I'll do a little story for you of what I think we should do to lessen if people want to have the feeling of Black Friday every week, this is what you do. So tonight we get a phone call from the in-laws. Hey, do you think you can go out tomorrow and get this turntable for your mom? I couldn't get it when she was with me today. And my wife was like, tomorrow I'm not wanting to come home and then rush right back out into my wife works, crazy hours with a crazy schedule and pediatric nurses. She's just, when she's done with work, she's done, right? She needs like at least overnight to recoup a little bit. And she just looked at me and I saw the look in her eyes and I'm like, you want me to go get that now? I said, I got some time. I wasn't supposed to come on until about 8:30 with you. And I'm like, I've got some time. Let me just go get it for you. So you don't have to worry about it tomorrow. She's like, you'll do that for me? I'm like, sure. So I went to Aldi and went to their Aldi, what they call it, they call it the
The
aisle of
grocery store,
shame.
Aldi.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And they call this one aisle an Aldi. It's fairly well known. They call it the aisle of shame, right? So every Wednesday, new products come out. And if you want Black Friday feeling every week, just go to Aldi's on a Wednesday, because even though this was it was 8 o'clock, about 7:15 my time here in on the East Coast. And that aisle had, I don't know, 10 or 15 people in it. Just one, and it's one little small half aisle of Aldi that puts these new products out. And usually by about Friday, all the products that were hot are gone. So if you want to feel that Black Friday rush on a weekly basis, just go to your local Aldi and find the aisle of shame. Then you
Oh
can
man,
sleep in on Friday of Black Friday.
no, no, they're just now invading
Oh,
Texas.
oh really? Well,
Yeah, we like here in Austin, we got like I think one or two Aldis. I
yeah.
know one for sure. One for
Well,
sure.
they're a German company. I don't know if you knew that. They're a
Yeah,
German
yeah.
company, and there's all in Germany. There's Aldi South and Aldi Norte, and it's two brothers, and they split, and they both kept the name Aldi, but one of them is like, and over here we're all the ones in America are, I think, Aldi South, I think. So whatever brother runs the South version of the Aldi in Germany. So yeah, little known fact. There's a lot of companies in America that we don't realize that are German. Puma, German.
Yeah.
Adidas, which is actually Adidas, German. We all know like Fahrvergnügen. I mean, Volkswagen's German, but yeah,
Everybody
it was
knows
yeah, everybody knows that one.
Volkswagen.
But Aldi, I didn't know Aldi was German owned. No clue until I watched some video online about what we all think is American, like Puma. I would have never guessed that was a German company.
Because they make it sound like they're from Africa.
I don't know. I'm not sure, but it's funny. There's a lot of German influence and German owned companies that are in America already for years. I mean, how long has Adidas been around? And how we say it,
Forever.
Adidas, but
Forever at this point.
yeah, yeah. I do not remember Adidas. I mean, my Adidas walk across Coliseum floors, Run DMC.
You gotta get that in.
So I did this just for you because we're talking about Black Friday. I decided to wear my black.
Good, good, good.
Yeah.
I see you're sporting the Ohio State.
Yeah, buddy. Go Bucks. Two more
Go
games.
Bucks.
We got to get past these next two games, and then we'll be set up pretty well if we can get past these two games. I'm not putting anything past Michigan. They've bit us in the ass like 4 years in a row, so I'm already nervous about that game.
Well, hopefully the Manning boy here in Texas will do a little bit better every game.
Yeah. You gotta go ahead and bank on next year because he's out for this year.
Yeah, yeah. It's probably what's best.
Yeah,
Probably what's best.
So tell me one of your Black Friday stories. Like, what do you? Yeah.
So I remember one of my Black Friday stories. It's like when I got off shift, it was like 5 a.m. So
okay. I've done that.
So here at Walmart's, the Walmart's they open up at midnight, just like you said.
Sure.
So they have like this slow release on Black Fridays. So like Black Friday, I think it was meant for selfish people. Like you might be the exception of going over there.
No, I mean when you're
like
when
a
you're
hard drive.
yeah, when your kids want. Well, no, don't get me wrong. There was some years that it was 100% a selfish reason to get the things because there was a crazy price on a bicycle for your kid. You know what I mean? You're like, okay, I'll just go deal with it. Like my wife never came with me. I was a lone show. I was a lone man on those Fridays.
I remember when I owned like all the game systems and my time of being a true gamer of gamers, where you own like every system imaginable. And when Black Friday came, you're like, I gotta get all this. Gotta get these like $20 games that are $45, but
yeah,
there's like a million of them.
Yeah.
You had to sit there and buy these DVDs that were like $10 each because they were $30 just like 2 weeks ago, but you gotta get it.
Yeah,
Like
I remember
don't
that.
remember. Like everybody that goes into Black Friday, and you can, a lot of these people can fight me if they want, but they don't go in there for other people. They go in there for themselves.
Yeah.
like how many resellers do you see go into that store? And they buy all, I remember one year, they bought all the Nintendo DS. It's just two people. The whole cart, the whole shopping cart.
See, that's ridiculous. Like, I can't believe the retailer let that happen.
They let that happen. Well, because
it's like the Pokemon thing at Costco. You seen those videos?
Yeah.
People are rushing to get these boxes and boxes of Pokemon cards. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh, that's not even what's annoying. That's not because like I am a card collector of fantasy games. That's not even what pisses me off. You know what really truly pisses me off? It's the scale. The scale. So this is a cheat sheet for you and for everybody. You go and you get the scale, like at a Walmart, where like a weigh scale, but like ounces.
Oh, okay.
Like a really small one. And you start weighing the packs. So the packs that weigh the heaviest are the ones with the most valuable cards in them.
No. Why? Why is the most valuable cards made out of different stock or something?
Yeah, well, because it's a foil. That foil has heavier weight to it. So when you get the stuff that's like,
so get down to the
like,
grams, like weigh a gram.
Yeah,
like
get
a gram weight.
like a dope dealer kind of shit.
Chewy, chewy, chewy. Dope man, dope
Like a
man.
dope dealer. Like
Leave
you
me
can
alone.
like
Leave me alone. I'm
you
weighing
can
cards. I'm
you
weighing
can watch
cards. Leave me
YouTube
alone.
videos to this.
Go away.
That's what because like you'll see these grown men and they're our ages. They are our ages, and they're just like weighing the pack after pack after pack. And you see like a little stack. That little stack is
Yeah, like
probably the most valuable cards
yeah.
out of everything that Walmart has.
That's
And they buy
crazy.
those.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that. I've got one of those scales in my kitchen that I use for weighing things out. Maybe I'll go to maybe I'll go late night Walmart this week. Start weighing the
We're gonna
cards.
test it out.
Like yeah, like leave me alone. I gotta go weigh cards, honey.
Oh, and they do that, and they do that to all of it. They do that to the Magic of the Gathering packs. They do that to the Pokemon. They do that to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, and they know because they have their cell phone, and their cell phone tells you exactly how much the packs should weigh
Wow.
if it has so like the special cards are not always really like valuable. They're just special cards. So you don't actually know how expensive it is. So you actually don't know like what card is in there. You just know that it's potentially the most valuable card in that box.
That's crazy. I wouldn't, but see, I mean, I have to be honest. I probably would have done something if I would have known that little trick back in the day. I would have done that. Oh, absolutely. I mean, I was the guy that would scrounge for PlayStations and Xboxes and back in my eBay days. I mean, I remember one time for Christmas, I walk into this used game shop and I see a Xbox on the shelf, and I already had my Xbox, but they were rare that season. And I'm like, oh, that's cool that you. I mean, you just act like you have it. You know, you just put your Xbox box on. And he was like, no, that's real. It came in this morning. I'm like, wait, what? And he's like, yeah, we got allocated one. I'm like, is that like how much you want? He's like, whatever retail price was back then, $4.99, five, whatever it was. And I'm like, oh my God, I've got to buy this. So I bought it and then waited for the right timing and put it up on. And I remember, so my daughter was born on the 22nd of December. And I remember on the 23rd of December, somebody locally, because I put it up on eBay for local only. So, because I didn't, that people needed to get it by Christmas. Like,
Nobody pays attention to that part.
no, the dude met me at the hospital. The dude met me in the lobby of the hospital the day after my daughter was born to pick up his Xbox that he bought off of eBay for double and didn't even blink an eye. Thank me so
That's
much.
a brave man. What if you were gonna rob him? Like,
Me
God, like
or him?
yeah, like that's pretty like
Well,
shady.
I think when he's like, okay, we're making the exchange at a hospital, that's actually a pretty safe exchange place.
I don't know if I'll be able to like. I think my mind is like so set on like negative.
Well,
Like
yeah. That's
yeah,
that's the cop in you.
yeah, that's it. That
Well,
shit's
and
so
back then it was way different. Like Craigslist wasn't even around back then. You know. Now,
yeah, but I just
what year did Craigslist even come about? What
it's
year?
it's really it's not relatively recent, but it's still somewhat new.
Oh yeah, Craigslist was. Oh no, it came about in 95. Okay, 95, 96. So a for-profit
That's
company in
somewhat new.
99. I mean, but so Craigslist had just come about because it was this. I mean, she was born in 2004. So Craigslist was only around for at the most from the beginning for like a little over 10 years. So it wasn't as prevalent as it is and was like later on in the 2000s. So, but it was still, I remember it was an eBay thing. It wasn't a Craigslist listing. So
Oh, okay, that sounds better.
yeah, it was an
My
eBay.
mind just like
It was on
deferred to.
eBay. It was on eBay for local pickup only. But I remember being like there was just times that I would stumble into those kind of things. And I mean, like I said, I used to do a lot of reselling and retail selling on eBay for many years. And that's how I supported my video game habit back then. I always did that to support that was the only way that my wife would let me do it. You're gonna spend how much on a steering wheel?
I know,
$700. What?
like I remember my stepson came to visit to escape his mother, and he's all like, "You have a lot of games. Do you know how many? Do you have any idea how many games you have right now?" Yes.
Yes, I do. Yeah. And
So yeah.
my son's carrying the torch. He actually has them all displayed. So he has like a couple of my old systems, and then he's acquired some of the retro systems and the systems that were, older before they got more rare. Like he's been collecting video game systems and video games for the past, probably, he's 24 now, and he started kind of collecting them when he got into his, like, when he started driving, because he could drive himself to the video game stores and
You
get
take
things,
his
right?
ass to go get it.
Yeah, but but he'll still have, like, him and his buddies every once in a while. They'll have retro game night, and everybody will bring over TVs. Some guy lugs in a big CRT to for the like duck hunt and all that. Like, and he'll he's I mean, he knows as much. I mean, yeah, he was born in 2001, but I raised him right. Like, he played all the
Of
retro
course.
games, and yeah, and I mean, he knows the history of video games as much as you and I do, because he's kind of in his own path. He didn't live through all the launches, but he'll tell you the very first launch that he remembers doing a sleepover or sleep in, and we were at Meyer, which was, it's like a Walmart, and that was one of
Mhm.
the times where I found out that the Switch, where we were second in line for the Switch, and we ended up buying. He had his own money, like, straight up. He was going to buy one, and I was going to buy one for myself. So him and I, we were 3 and 4. So he, like,
Mhm.
two other people were 1 and 2, and we were 3 and 4, and they only had like 15 or 16 systems, and people were looking at us. I'm like, dude, I this is my system, and my son is that. I mean, my son doesn't touch my systems now. He gets his own. Like, he had a job. He had allowance. Like I remember one time he went into, well, and we can get to the GameStop thing. One time he wanted something from GameStop, and I told him, I said, hey, these systems are just sitting here with all these games. If you want to change, if you want to change gears and get a different system, let's take all this stuff in and see what we can get for it. I'm like, I'm not playing them anymore. So we took in a whole boatload worth of stuff, and he got so much money, because back then they were giving I'm not sure what the Black Friday deal is that you'll talk about here in a minute, but free advertising for GameStop. But I didn't, honestly, it's been so long, I didn't even know they were still around. Honestly, I thought they got, after their whole stock market thing. I thought they bellied up, but no, he took all this stuff
They're
in,
still
got,
hanging in there.
yeah. And he did a trade in. I'm like, it's up to you, buddy. All these, I mean, I have given you all of this stuff for you to do at your leisure. If you want to trade it in, that's on you. I mean, and what's funny, he has now added back almost everything he traded in over time. He's added it back to his to his
Hey,
to
when
his
you're a kid, you
collection.
don't know. Like when
Yeah,
you're a
yeah.
child, you don't know.
Well, he probably got it for cheaper later than he did when he traded it in, because he
Like
waited
he
so long.
traded in like some sports game and they gave him like 250. Like, oh,
Yeah.
but you got an extra 40% on top of the 250.
Yeah.
Whoopity dee.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, and then, like, if it was more than every fourth game was an extra bonus, like, it was crazy. And I mean, to the point where the manager of that store, to this day, we're still Facebook buddies. We have each other's cell phone numbers from back then, and we'll see things that are happening to one another in our
mhm.
lives, and we'll send private messages on our cell phones, and not through Facebook. We'll send, like, real text messages, like you would send to your buddy, hey, congratulations, I just saw Carter, just finished up school, and tell him I said, like, so that night that Carter traded in all of that stuff, he'd be, that manager. I mean, they spent like 2.5, 3 hours with one another, and talking about different games and what to do with the new systems. And, like, they were just geeking out, like you said, like it was one of those geek out sessions. And I was just there being a supportive dad for my son, and doing it. And, Lucas, he's super cool guy, just down to earth, regular, good old guy, just nothing wrong with the guy. Just totally cool. And to this day, we'll bump into each other or see each other online, and say hi to one another. And we kind of know what, when he got married, I sent him a congratulations. And yeah, it's crazy, the friendships that you get in, when you're in that world for a while.
Oh, it is. It is. Like I remember when I helped my useless relative. I'm not gonna say which one. I'm not
You
gonna
know
say
who you
which
are.
one because because he subbed, so he knows.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I helped
If
him.
you're wondering who the useless relative is, it's probably you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like if you're wondering who the useless relative is, just wait till he leaves an angry comment when I post this. But nobody
We'll
will
peg him.
know. Nobody will know if you
I'll give him
do
a
not
thumbs up when he makes a
comment.
comment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we will leave the tags untagged. But I remember I helped my useless relative get his son a PlayStation. His son a PlayStation is what I helped him.
Right.
And I helped him get it. And I also bought like two of like the cheaper games. I bought something like Spider Killing Game that was $10. It's just like it's shovelware on a disc. Go to town with it, boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and sure enough, when I came across my little nephew and he was asking me about the system. So apparently his gaming console is at that relative's house so that he could play it when he's there. But when he's not there,
Gotcha.
he can't take the system home. The system
Oh,
stays there.
geez. I mean, and my son has gotten to the point now where, I mean, he got his own job, he's got a career, and I don't, if he wants something for Christmas or birthday, that's one thing, but him and his buddies did the whole Switch 2 launch. He did his own. I remember the morning that the PlayStation 5 launched, I'm heading he left, it was essentially, it wasn't Black Friday, but it was the same concept where he went and stayed outside the store and waited for them to open up, and they weren't doing a midnight launch. So he was there for, I
Oh,
think,
that
six.
sucks.
Yeah.
That
He was
sucks.
he was there for 6 or 8 hours in a chair, but like those, he brought his Switch and a couple of different battery packs, and ended up buddying up with the people next to him, and like they still go out, like they became friends, like they actually game, and I'm like, he's like, oh, this is the guy that I met in line at the PlayStation 5 launch, like playing online with him and stuff. So you do kind of, when you get out there during the launch and stuff, you meet people that are very similar, and they live close because they're at your local shop. And I remember going to work because I have to be at work at 6 a.m. and I usually leave about 5:15, 5:30 to get to work on time. And I remember driving by the store, pulling up next to him and saying, hey, here's a snack, and like giving him a snack. And yeah, like, I'm proud of you, buddy. And like, chip off the old block. But like, I was not interested in buying a PlayStation 5, but I have now confiscated his several times when he'll get into um, these moods where he predominantly does PC gaming now.
Yeah.
Like most of his gaming is now PC because he went out
Good
and
man.
bought
Good man.
he went out and bought a stupidly strong system a couple years ago. I mean, that thing is just
He became
still
a man.
yeah,
You could
that
just say he became a man.
he did, and I didn't help him at all. I went with him the night he bought everything to be a part of it because I thought it was it was something worthy to share with him. But I did not support him, and I supported him, but I didn't monetarily support him in any. I mean, he dropped about 6K. I mean, he went.
Yeah, man. I remember we would watch football on Thanksgiving. That's one of the things that we have to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we would see the people line up
Oh, for
like
the
a
news,
day
yeah,
early.
yeah,
That first like two or three psychos that would be out there
yep,
at the
yep,
crack of dawn with
yep.
their tents
Well, but
and
that
their
was
their
back when,
chairs.
yeah, that was back when the store still opened on Friday, not the ones that opened like during Thanksgiving dinner. Like I said, I got up from Thanksgiving dinner one year and said, all right, I'm heading to Best Buy to get the kids the computers. They've got on, they had a Chromebook. I mean, I would never buy a Chromebook again now, but back then for in their junior high phase, that was perfect for them. And I literally got up after we got done eating, went to Best Buy, grabbed two Chromebooks, came back and had dessert.
See, like I remember when I was working on my my Boy Scout man badge when I was younger, becoming a young man. I had some nerds, and they didn't know how to make it. They didn't know how to set up a tent. So
Oh,
their sole purpose was to get their Nintendo system. Or it wasn't Nintendo. I think it was like Xbox. I think when the
yeah,
Xbox came out, like with the local Walmarts,
yeah,
they had like X amount of systems, but you had to. It was like the craze at right at the beginning, and they
yeah.
bought this tent. They bought the tent for the sole purpose of being there overnight to get it, and they didn't know how to put it together.
Yeah. I remember,
They didn't know what they had all
yeah.
the pipes out. They had everything out there. It was just like rolling down the road.
There was one year, it wasn't a Black Friday, but I think it was a PlayStation 2 launch. PlayStation 1, that wasn't a launch because you got to remember PlayStation 1 didn't really, that's the one that really started the craze because it was the Genesis, and then PlayStation 1 came out, which had completely different concept. It was a better graphics. It was awesome. I think I literally returned my Genesis and got a PlayStation. And that was just normal during the day thing. But when PlayStation 2 came out, 5 or 6 years later, the jig was in. It was, you have to get a pre-order or what have you. And I remember being at Meyer and asking them, hey, how many systems did they're like, we got 8. And I counted and I was like number 11 in line. I'm like, uh-oh. And it was 5 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And I got in my car, headed towards Best Buy thinking, oh my gosh, they'll probably have more. I get to Best Buy, I'm number 2 in line. And I call my wife up. I'm like, hey, I'm in line. I'm not getting out, but you need to bring me a chair and a sleeping bag because it was November. It wasn't Black Friday, but it was still November when that system launched, I believe. And I remember playing football in the middle of the night in the parking lot with people in line. The line was wrapped around the building. Cops came and talked to us. I had from the football game the week before, I had a cooler in my trunk still full of beer. So we started drinking beer.
Right there in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Lucky dog.
We weren't going anywhere. And they were not selling it before 6 a.m. They were not. So,
I like my favorite one is when they have everything wrapped up and you're trying to like look into it,
yeah.
see if it's like you're supposed to be, because you can't tell where everything's at.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When they hide it. Yeah. So tell me, you mentioned when you set up this call today, you mentioned something about GameStop, and I heard a little bit. I saw a sprinkle that they're doing some sort of crazy like trade system for Black Friday. What's that all about? I don't know anything about it. This is
All
free
right,
advertising for GameStop.
so this is by far one of the most batshit crazy deals that we're gonna come across. So they
Right.
have this trade anything day, and it's exactly what it sounds like. But there are
Any
exceptions. There are
like
exceptions
can I
now.
take the lint out of my pockets and trade that in? No.
You could. I bet you could. You could probably go in there and trade
Get a
in your
penny
pots and pans at the house. See if you can
trade.
come out with a Mario game. See if they'll take a dishwasher. Maybe they'll take a dishwasher or your
Oh,
washer
I
and
may have a
dryer.
new. I may have a stove. That's one of the things that's on Black Friday sale this year is stoves. And my wife's like, "Hey, we've got credit at the one store, and Mom and Dad's willing to give us a couple of bucks for Christmas. Do you want to buy a stove?" And I'm like, "Oh, let's explore it." So maybe I'll be dragging a stove in there on Black Friday.
Just go across and like see if you can take in I wonder if they'll take condoms. I wonder if they'll
I, I've been married too long, and I've got the snips. I don't even know what that is. I don't even know
See,
what.
you're married. I'm not. Let's see, like,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
like the plan is to have babies you want to have, not just have random babies.
Right, right, yeah. I definitely have the ones I want to have for sure. So,
We're gonna go on about like maybe we can trade in like a George Foreman grill. Maybe we
I
can
mean,
get
if it's trade anything, I mean, that's very broad statement. Is there? Where's the fine print on that?
all right. So that's funny that you say that because there is fine print in it. It's just no one has ever bothered looking into it because this thought of trade anything is just too good. It's too
Right.
good.
Right.
Like, can you imagine someone trying to trade like a child in? It sounds terrible. It sounds mean, but I bet there is somebody out there that's man, we can. What is this kid worth? This kid worth the PlayStation, a Nintendo Switch 2?
I think a kid is easily worth the whole store, probably.
So the exceptions to the deal, which they neglected to mention in their
Yeah.
ad.
Well, it's all clickbait is what it
Oh
is.
yeah, it worked though. Believe me, it worked. So like, like let's trade in some books. We're not worried about no books. Like, so it has to fit in a 20-20-20 inch box.
20-20-20 inch box. Okay.
Yes, that's fit a
So you can
20-20
like
inch
bring in
box.
old t-shirts and
Yeah, like let's just bring our old clothes that we don't fit in anymore. Let's see if they'll take that. Like all your shoes that you bought from like Amazon that, we could probably trade those in.
right, right. I don't know.
Walmart clothes.
I'm trying to find information on it right now, but I don't know.
So the restrictions on stuff that you can't
Okay.
trade. You can't trade weapons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, in Texas,
No
that's
illegal.
important.
So
That's important in
yeah.
Texas. It's probably a lot
No
of guns in
handguns.
Texas.
No handguns for video games. No illegal substance. So that means we can't trade in
You can't change
weed.
your smack. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You can't turn in the devil's dandruff to get anything for GameStop. The explicit material. We can't trade anything. So all of your NWA albums, you can't turn those in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can't turn them in. It's
Hmm.
too graphic.
Oh, too graphic. Oh, not the
Yeah,
fact that they
it's
just don't have the
explicit material.
technology. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
like
Okay.
no jewelry.
Jewelry.
So
No
you
jewelry?
can't turn in your wife's jewelry to get video games.
Thank God I only bought my wife 3 pieces of jewelry our entire life together.
Yeah, I'm sure
Can you believe
someone
that?
out there is willing to trade in their wedding ring.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't trade that
It's like-
in. That's been I designed my wife's wedding ring. I wouldn't trade that in. So
so here's the one that's going to get a lot of people. Here's the one that's going to get a lot of people. Outdated electronics.
ooh, can't trade that in.
That's the big one.
Ooh.
That's the one that people don't quite understand.
Right. Yeah. Cause like, oh, here not the
Like
AirPod
the
was
the CD player,
Apple
can't turn in
iPod.
no CD
The
player.
iPod.
iPods.
Yeah. Oh, one of those portable CD players. That'd be sweet,
Yeah,
wouldn't it? Give me money for that.
a tape
But
deck. I'm
no,
sure they would a tape deck can't turn that in.
that's crazy because sometimes I mean, I bet you if you try to turn in like a turntable, they would take that because right now vinyls are back, you know.
Hmm.
I mean, that's what I was at Aldi for to buy a vinyl record player for my mother-in-law. 78-year-old woman wants a vinyl record player.
That's how it works. So if you were see my grandmother is something like that. So if I were to buy her something brand new, she wouldn't want it. She
Yeah.
wouldn't know what to do with it. But if we went to Goodwill
And bought something. Yeah.
and bought it there,
I
oh,
wonder
she
what
would
kind of
love it to
Goodwill,
death.
what kind of Black Friday deals are going on at Goodwill.
I don't even know. Like, don't even know.
I find me some good stuff at Goodwill. I got a couple of Goodwills here.
Yeah, there's some good Goodwills over here, but like it's always the scalpers are always there. Like I can
Yeah.
personally
Yeah.
tell
If
you.
you don't get there early. Yeah.
Hmm. So we can't trade in TVs. They're not accepting TVs.
Really?
Yeah, no outdated TVs. I'm pretty sure they're not accepting any like basic flat screens.
Mm. No
But it's
CRTs.
yeah, big tube TVs with the wheels on it. You can't turn those in.
40 Goodwill is doing 40 to 50% off on Black
Wow, it's not
Friday.
too bad at all.
Yeah. I mean, I get buy a pair of shorts at Goodwill for, $2.99. Cool. It's $1.50 for a pair of shorts. Let's go.
That's the deal. Go get that jacket you always wanted.
I think this was a Goodwill find. It's like a golf pullover. It's nice.
Yeah. So you can't get any computers. No computers.
Oh,
Apparently.
can't take any computers in.
No. It just says outdated electronics, but it but
Oh,
it highlights
outdated.
computers. So I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that we can't take that computer from 2000.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
five.
I've got 3 computers in a box in my closet that I'm like, what am I ever going to do with this? I've already stripped the hard drive off of it to make sure I get all my content that I didn't want to stay there forever. And it just doesn't even, it takes like 6 days to boot up. Yeah. They won't take that.
They will take it. It takes 2 hours to get it going.
I started booting this up in June.
Mhm. So what do you get if you ask? You get a flat $5 store credit per item.
Oh,
$5. If they take the item, that's the big one.
yeah.
And it can only be on used consoles,
Hmm.
accessories, and collectibles. That's the
Yeah.
catch. Nothing new,
Yeah.
only
I
used.
remember that. You couldn't trade. You could, if you, oh, that's how they got you too. You would get more money if you were going to buy used. And if you bought new, you got less money for the stuff because of the
Well,
margins.
when you get used, you keep the store open and you actually keep the employees employed.
Yeah, that's true.
That's like, but that's used. Brand new, I don't think
Yeah,
they do
there's not
shits.
much margin on brand new stuff in the
Yeah.
gaming world. Not at all.
For them, it's all used stuff that
Yeah.
that they keep their
That was their
jobs.
whole business model. And that's why, like, the only thing that both systems need to do, and they've already kind of done it, but if they mandate online only, like you get your game by buying it from a store like Steam, if they ever mandate that and don't have physical copies, those stores they'll just fade away.
They will. They'll go on the way of the dinosaurs.
Yep.
Unless they change, unless they find a way to reinvent themselves, which
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
coming or they're going to fade away.
yeah, I mean, and nobody wants to go to GameStop because they're corporate. They'd rather support. There's a couple of small mom and pop, used game places in town, and my son actually likes going to those better because it's supporting a local. It's not a corporate business. It's somebody, had a dream and they opened
Yeah.
up a store and they do, but they also have more rare stuff, and they deal in the trade market, exclusively. Like those would be the guys that would be at like trade shows with a booth set up and here's all of my used stuff. Here, come, see what I've got compared to the next guy.
And the difference is those stores, those people care. Those people care about what happens
Yeah.
because those are you're basically looking at the store owner when you
Yeah.
walk into that store.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
That is what makes them their money is that.
Yep.
And then when you go to GameStop, it's normally just somebody who probably did care when he first got employed or she got employed,
Yeah.
and then with time just stopped caring.
Well, I remember when I say I invented, I was one of the first people to make a steering wheel stand that nowadays you see mass produced. I remember building it out of wood, advertising it on eBay, and a friend of mine saying to me, "Dude, you've got something here. Get a patent." So I ended up getting a patent. And now if you look at my original design, there's absolutely other steering wheel stands out there that are basically my design. But I've got the receipts to prove it. I was in the PlayStation magazine in October of, I think it was 2099 or 2000. Well, no, it would have been 2000 because it was before my son was born, and it was after we moved into our new house in 2000 that I built this steering wheel stand, and it was featured in the official PlayStation magazine. And the patent attorney screwed me over, and I never got a patent. And now you can find almost exactly the same shape. But I remember building. I think I probably built about 5,000 of them total and would
I
sell
mean,
them
you
on
made pretty good money
yeah.
then.
Yeah, well, I did back then. I mean, it supported my habit, but I was also in the garage making stands, like I'd make 40 stands at a time and ship them all out. And I'd remember one time going into GameStop, taking my stand in and asking, say, "Hey, can I advertise this in here and start building them locally?" And they're like, "Well, we have to talk to corporate and blah blah blah." And then I went to a mom and pop place and they're like, "Oh, that's great, we'll put it up." Just a different feel. They were willing to support someone local that was doing something cool. Problem with leaving it behind though is people could study it and then take it and then figure it out and build it themselves. And I'm like, I don't want you to do that. I want to build it.
Are these people are again? that. The mom and pop shop.
I could build four an hour. So I had a pretty, and I was selling them anywhere between the first few sold for 150 bucks a piece. I got it down to, I think I eventually sold them for about 75 to $100 total. And I had all at the back then before wood got crazy. You know, I could build them for about $8. And then by the time I got done building them, I was building them for probably about $25. And then I would charge more, of course. But I also graduated to making them foldable where they could fold up and I could ship them completely assembled. Had special boxes made
Oh,
to
that's
ship
real
them.
convenient.
Yeah. Yeah. They were just little hinges. I would go, I'd take one day a week and I'd go around the town and buy all the hinges up around each Home Depot in about an hour radius of my home. I'd take about an hour and a half, 2 hours and go to every single Home Depot and buy a left and a right and buy the whole entire shelf off. And then by the time I'd get done building, it would be their system would see that they need restocked on those hinges. And I would go back around and just do it again. I did finally end up getting a hold of a local supplier who was able to get like wholesale cases of them for me, which helped. That helped bring down the cost a couple of bucks. But yeah, I was really big into it back then. And I remember setting up jigs and I'd do one function and then I'd set up the next thing and do another function. I never had a big shop. I just did it in my garage, but it was fun. I mean, I remember shipping a bunch of those out for Black Fridays and Christmases and making, like, I'd have people contact me like, hey, can you make it for this wheel, or can you make it for this system, or can you make it for my yoke and my pedals for my flight sim? And I'm like, oh, that's cool. So I'd rework the top of it so it would fit their yoke. And yeah, I did some fun stuff back in the day when I was gaming. I probably spent more time building my stands than I did gaming back then, but I've only built my stand for me. I built the stand so I could race better. And next thing you know, here I am in like a small business and down $12,000 for a patent. But I made my money back over the years.
Good.
And then some. So got nothing to show.
And
yeah.
we would be foolish not to talk about Black Friday online. It doesn't.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
kind of ruined Black Friday.
It has. I mean, because they start doing Cyber Monday, and they'll start Cyber Monday like the night of Black Friday.
Well, they're already doing Black Friday right now on Amazon.
I know, it's crazy. Dude, I got onto Amazon. I bet you it was right after Halloween. I got on Amazon and it already started talking about Black Friday. Like it's a month away, people.
like right now, this moment, I can't go anywhere without getting caught up. I literally live across a fulfillment center.
Oh yeah,
and every single time
look at Black Friday week. Yeah. That was my Amazon app. The first thing they said, Black Friday week.
Like I go out there right now. There's just lights on the road, just lights from leading to the fulfillment center. Just in the way. Like it's easier for me to walk to the corner store right now than it is for me to get in my car, and drive to the grocery store.
Is it because so the traffic is going to the fulfillment center for what reason? For stocking the fulfillment center? Like and from?
The employees are working right now. The employees are working right now.
And they're just shipping,
loading up.
Yeah.
To, it's
the cars, all the people that are delivering locally. They're no longer in the big trucks. They're in private cars too.
Yeah, right. The private cars are out. Like it is just, it looks.
That is crazy.
You can get in and you can get where you need to get to, but you're
just dealing with traffic
for like 10 minutes, 20 minutes. You're just.
Yeah, I don't know. We've got a couple of fulfillment centers close to me, but they're on the outskirts of town. They're nowhere close to where I live.
Oh no, like my fulfillment center is literally across my apartment. Like literally, like I can walk out on my patio and it's right there.
See it. That's funny.
You see it. You see all the cars. You see the 18-wheelers. You see everything. You can literally just walk across it. It's easier for me to get on my shoes and just walk to the corner store and get what I need.
And
walk back. than it is for me to get in my car and get stuck in
That's funny.
that little traffic hole.
Well, hopefully the Black Friday sales of this year, hopefully will make our economy a little bit more tight, and we'll get some good reports, going into Christmas. That's what we can all hope for. So
Hopefully, I remember last year they reported it wasn't a very good Black Friday.
yeah,
I remember last year's
I
Black
think
Friday
the
they
further and
reported.
further we get away from COVID, the better we'll be every year.
Yeah.
You'll start seeing a trend getting back up. So
But I also think part of it is, the way that they made Black Friday now.
yeah, it's
Like
so spread out.
yeah,
It's not like that's why I don't really partake in Black Friday deals. Don't get me wrong, like, I think this year, do I work on Black Friday this year? Because sometimes I work on Black Friday and I'm like, thank God I work because then I don't have to deal with it. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
there's been times when I remember a time when I would get off of work at 6 a.m. and go right to the stores like that morning.
well, that was when it was special.
Yeah. That was when
That was
you're
when it
right.
was
That
special. Yeah.
absolutely. That is when it was special.
Like
Yeah. I
no
don't
shopping
actually,
carts
yeah.
left, like
I don't
except for the
know. I
one that
mean,
was missing a wheel.
yep.
Like
I mean, I work on, I worked the day after Black Friday this year. So Michigan Saturday. That's
Michigan
Michigan
Saturday.
Saturday is 29th. Yeah. So Ohio State plays Michigan.
Like my Black Friday, I literally just bought the Grand Theft Auto trilogy for my
Oh, did
Nintendo
you?
Switch. It's $20.
It's on the Switch now? I didn't even
No,
know
the
that.
the old trilogy,
I
the
didn't know
old
that.
PlayStation 2.
Oh, okay. It's
They
still a
put
good
all
one.
three games
Yeah.
onto one
Is that
system.
like, yeah. Oh, okay.
They put all like back Vice City and all that.
Yeah. I was going to say, is that Vice City? Yeah.
Yeah, all three of them.
Yeah.
$20.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, $20.
But
People
the
complain,
amount
well,
of
they're all
time,
downloadables except for
the
one,
amount
but
of
who
time I
cares?
put into that game, though. Oh my God.
It's like,
It's like the last time I played a game like that and I put that much time in was Zelda Breath of the Wild.
like right now, today, the two games that are taking up all my time is actually Pokemon Z Day and Claire Obscured Expedition 33.
Yeah, that's right over my head, man.
So Expedition 33 is game of the year. Like
Okay.
it's Expedition is the game that you want that you don't know you want. It's an RPG. Yeah, I don't even play these
It's the game you
JRPGs.
want that you don't even know you want. I love it.
Yeah, yeah. Like it's like those games that you don't play. You're
Yeah.
just like, I'm not interested in playing no JRPG games like that.
Yeah.
This story is amazing. The voice
Interesting.
works amazing. Like it really is game of the year.
Wow. I'll have to ask my son about it. He's been trying to get the big, I guess Call of Duty this week has some sort of huge boss that's hard to beat.
Oh, that's
And
trash.
yeah, whatever it is, but
That's
he's
trash.
he's a Call of Duty guy.
No, this Call of Duty is should be renamed Acid Duty.
Oh,
Sort of what it
really?
is.
It's not that good.
Yeah, that's what that one is. Like
Wow.
like if you want a good Call of Duty, just play the first Modern Warfare.
The modern, yeah, exactly.
It's like,
Well, and it became so it became hard for me to play those games because a lot of them kind of graduated to being online, and I don't have the reaction times that I used to, and it upsets me because I get killed so fast. I'm like, all right, this is not even fun anymore.
no, I gave up. I gave up on these colleges because like I'm not going to wall ride
Yeah,
and then jump
yeah,
like the stuff that is required is work.
it
It's not
is. It is.
like
Well,
it's required.
my son works for the esports people. Like he went to Toronto last year for the Call of Duty finals, and he was
Oh,
the replay.
he gets paid to do that. Like
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not going to
Well, he's not
do
playing it.
that.
He's not playing it. He's doing the replay for YouTube
Yeah.
or Twitch or
Oh, well, then he probably has
wherever
a
they
migraine by
broadcast
the
it.
end of the day. Like
No,
these dudes are like wall grinding on the wall and they're levitating and then they're
we sound like
going in a
we
circle
sound
and
like
shooting.
two old bitter men that we can't play the video games anymore.
Like I remember we had to push A to make a go-kart go, and the goal was to go around in a circle 3 times.
Yeah.
And we were good. We were good. Not we can't even do that now. I can't even
Yeah.
do that. Like the new Mario Kart Worlds, Same
Can't.
shit. Same, like they're
It's hard.
grinding and
Yep.
then they're
I'm like,
levitating
how'd you
and
do
they're
that?
grinding again.
Oh, have you? I mean, have you tried? What's the game? Where your cars in an arena and you hit a ball. It's soccer.
Yeah, yeah. I can play that.
I can play it, but I can't do what everybody
Oh, I
they
know.
they
Yeah, they're like
basically
wall
fly.
riding and
Yeah,
like, I'm
they
not doing.
basically fly with the ball and score on you. Like, how did you do that?
Huh?
Oh, that's just ABABABCEXXX or whatever. You're like, whatever, dude.
Yeah.
No.
Select.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, I got to get going, man. I got to get my dogs are chomping at the bit to get fed. So,
all
but
right. Well, thank you, Kyle. Kyle, before we leave, is there anything you want to add before we head
no,
on
just
out?
hey, everybody be safe out there this holiday season. Don't get crazy. Don't do anything stupid. And it's just stuff. Go and look at go find the George Carlin video. Just type in George Carlin stuff. And it's a very big reality check of how much stuff we have and what we don't really need.
Yeah, yeah, for reals. Well,
Be
thank
safe,
you.
everybody. Yep, you're welcome. It was
By
a
the
pleasure
way,
meeting up with you again, man.
Kyle's if he's going to be on the website. He's going to be on Planet Texas Universe. We're going to have all the links and everything, not just on here, but on the website. And if you want to join his programs, if you want, you can remind him real quick what your program is and what you do.
Absolutely. So I run GPS, which is Good Night Podcasting Solutions. So I'm a podcaster myself. I have two shows. One's a first responder mental health show, and the other one is an entrepreneurial path show. So anybody that's an entrepreneur and don't think that they need a podcast to grow their business, have a talk with me. I'll tell you story after story of people that have done podcasts that have not only gotten, a good authority in their space and content, but they're also creating partnerships and real life clients out of it and partnerships or collaborations. So podcasting to me is your number one marketing tool for any business. And I'd love for someone to try to prove me wrong. Find my stuff on his website and book a call with me and we'll talk all about it. So, and podcasting isn't as hard as it used to be. Literally we could do it on our phones and sound amazing nowadays without even a microphone. That's the systems that I use. So,
All right. Thank you, sir.
yep. Thank you. But I